Hello, and welcome to another stream of Tomb Raider. This is the remastered version, but I've got the graphics switched to the old school 1996 version for this playthrough. At the end of last stream, we already did this part, and I forgot to save it when we got to the next level, but this will also be a good opportunity to have this act as a recap for those who might not have actually been at the end of yesterday's stream. So we're in the final three levels now. I don't know if I'll get all three done in this stream. I mean, hey, maybe I will, but I doubt it. Knowing this game already, without doing this challenge, there's definitely a lot of enemies and situations and jumps and everything that are tricky, let alone doing a playthrough where I can only actually do forward jumps, backward somersault jumps, sideways jumps. Can't walk, can't have Lara run, can't even have a step back. The only time I can is when there's a jump that can't be made by simply doing a standing jump. Then I can actually have her do the backward step and then get a run and jump. So there's certain situations where I can actually move. And also with swimming, I can swim. Like there's no rule against swimming, because if there was, I wouldn't even be able to finish the game at all. Like literally, there's no way, because there's sections where you have to swim. Now, if I used a level skip, sure, but that would be cheating for a challenge to use level skip. So we're actually up to the first of the Atlantis levels, but I'll have this act as a bit of a recap by redoing this section again. I'll still adhere to the rules, of course.
I still got a pain in my brain from you. Still got funny ideas, man. I'd like to shoot you to hell.
You just pulled the tough end of a wishbone. Howdy.
Afternoon.
Left Larson sucking wind then, eh?
If that is the phrase.
Well, your little vacation riot's over now. Time to give back what you've hijacked off me.
Let's try the lunchbox.
Well, kill her!
Hey!
You morons! Let's go.
hell? I'm going back inside. You coming? Steady. Here she goes.
We ready yet?
Hey, Gorky. How's your day going? Hey, Shaliv. Welcome. How's things? I will be, yeah. Yeah. This year I'm not doing all the games one after the other. I'm putting in breaks between different sets. So I'm going to do the first three as a set, and then I'm going to take a break, and then I'm going to do the Last Revelation Chronicles and Angel of Darkness back to back, and then do a break, and then I'll do Anniversary, Legend, and Underworld. I like to do those in timeline order, not release order, and then I'll take a break from that, and then after that break, it'll be 2013 Rise and Shadow as well. So I'll be doing all 12 mainline entries, but I'm not going to be doing back to back with each one this year. I thought I'd spread things out a bit. You usually skip Anniversary because it's just a remake of the first one, and Underworld picks up right after Legend. Whoops, you confused with another one. Oh, that's all right, Shaliv. Yeah. Well, Anniversary is a remake of Tomb Raider 1, but it's also a prequel to Tomb Raider Legend as well, because once they did the reboot with Legend and they changed Lara's backstory from what it was from games 1 through to 6, they decided that when they did the remake of Tomb Raider and they went with Crystal Dynamics because Core Design, the original developers behind the series, they actually started doing an anniversary version of Tomb Raider that was a remake, but Eidos decided to cancel that and go with Crystal Dynamics instead. And so then they did the anniversary as a remake, but also a prequel to Legend as well. Hey there, Keone. Welcome on in. Shirley, oh wait, it is the remake. The PC port of Anniversary is so bad. No controller prompts, and only graphic option is putting it on full screen. That really does suck, that they don't have heaps of options. Shaleave, no, you mean like it's too much to tweak it for 16.9. The other games have it built in. Yeah, it's very weird when they make choices like that, especially for the PC version as well, because you would think that the PC version by default has more options available in the settings. Precious, my precious, we want it. Yes, we want. That was my Gollum impression. What an ugly thing. Thank you, Coyote, for redeeming that as an Arnie impression. That's very clever. Taking some Gollumisms and having Arnie do it. Very, very nice. What a combination. Shaleave, yeah, honestly, you bought Legend just because you saw it gives you 11, it gives you Inside Modern Cities, which up to that point you only played the reboot trilogy. So it was something different. Oh yeah, that would have been very different. The funny thing is, I think they used the same game engine for 2013 at least. Maybe they used the same for Rise and Shadow as well. But yeah, that would have been a very, very different experience. It's almost like going from the fixed camera angle Resident Evil games to the, well, sorry, it'd be like going from the behind the shoulder or the first person Resident Evil games, the newer ones, and then going back to play the original fixed camera angles ones. Hey there, Scar. Welcome. You're eating pizza. You got Vesuvio and calzone. That is really cool, dude. I hope you enjoy your pizza. Hope it's delicious. How's things? Shaleave, by the way, if you're going to play Angel of Darkness, get the remasters that fix some of the control issues. So I've already played the remasters of 4, 5, and 6 earlier in the year. and I did a graphics comparison going through with the photo mode camera and showing the graphical differences between the two. So I've played the remaster of Angel of Darkness. They've patched it since then, I think, but when I actually first played it, there were some character models that weren't actually rendered in the remastered graphics, like Gunnar, for example. He wasn't actually rendered in the new graphics when you had it switched, but I think they've fixed it since then. But I thought the Angel of Darkness remaster, it was good, but I don't think it was as well done as the remasters for 1 through to 5. But it was still good though. Scarcer Road, how's the game going? Is it hard on me? Not really. Like if I, I'm not that I'm an expert at these games, but I've played them enough to be familiar with how like the jumping distances work and all that kind of stuff. Plus, I usually experiment when I'm doing normal playthroughs where I'll try to do tricky jumps and try and test stuff. So I'm already used to thinking about this game in a different way. But there has been some difficult parts in trying to just figure out how to get past something with these challenge rules. Shaleeve, it also added unused dialogue. That's right, yeah. Yeah, I remember hearing some of the dialogue that I hadn't recognized before. Scar, tell me if the game is hard. I will terminate it. Thank you for using your bits to enlarge the Arnie emote, Scar. Thank you very much. Shaleeve, 1 to 5 didn't have as much issues to fix as Angel of Darkness 2. Well, that's true. Still, though, all the character models in the remasters of 4 through to 5 on launch were actually rendered in the new graphics. Whereas with Angel of Darkness, there was a lot of character models that weren't rendered in the new graphics when you switched to the remaster. And that was a little bit disappointing as well. But Chronicles had a game-breaking bug that if you didn't have a save file that was extra, you'd have to restart the whole game, or at least use level skip. Because there was a glitch where you would go into this room that you need to actually fill with water, but if the water was already there when you first got in the room, then you encountered the bug. And if you didn't have a save that was before a certain point, then it didn't matter reloading your save. Like if you saved literally before going into the room, and then you went into the room and it was all filled with water, even if you reloaded your save to before you even entered the room, the glitch would still be there. And so you had to use an earlier save. So if you didn't have one, you were pretty much fucked. But they fixed that in the remaster, of course, which was really good. But they fixed that. That was one of the things I was hoping that they would fix. Alright, so I'm going to have to bring that closer this way. But then make sure I actually... Oh no, I didn't have to. I could do that trick. Nice. Oh. The reason I do sideways jumps sometimes is because it decreases the chance of accidentally making Lara, when moving forward, run instead of doing a forward leap. Especially if there's a long succession of jumps. Whereas if you do sideways jumps, you're always guaranteed that Lara will always do the side jump without accidentally running sideways because she can't strafe. Can't strafe while running, that is. She can still strafe on the spot, but I mean to say, the buttons you have to press to make her strafe side to side doesn't come into it when you're actually making her do multiple jumps to the side. She'll leave and rise for some reason. If you play the 20-year celebration edition, you unlock the shotgun way earlier. Maybe it's because you did do all the cold darkness awakes, but you don't know. Oh yeah, yeah. That's the version that I first got on Xbox One. But yeah, I don't know. Like I don't know myself either. If you got if you got the shotgun earlier because of the 20-year celebration, or doing the cold darkness stuff. I kind of did that one time to a certain point, but then I got sick of it, and ever since then I haven't included it in my playthroughs. If I do any DLC, it's always the Baba Yaga and or the Blood Ties. Alright, so this part's going to be tricky.
Yesterday, I did watch the cartoon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on TV. They had some pizza, so I got hungry. I had to get me some pizza as well. It was good.
Very nice, Scar. I didn't know Bane watched the Ninja Turtles. That's cool. Thank you for redeeming that as a Bane impression. And I don't blame Bane either. Seeing people eat food on television or in a video game even, it's like, I want to eat that. She'll leave Cold Darkness Awakened. You just complete once, unlock the shotgun, and that's all you need. Binds to every new game you start. That's cool that it does. Yeah, I gave it a good amount of hours on stream one year, but I just got sick of it, and then I was like, no, it's not worth doing for any rewards that it might get. Keone, how can Bane eat with the mask though? That's a very good question. It'd be a very painful experience. He'd have to take off the mask and then experience the pain before and then eating before putting the mask back on. Actually, the shotgun looks nice and is very strong. The outfit is kind of boring. Oh, is it? Oh, that's a shame. Yeah, that can ruin the time you had to spend, to get something if it's not that great. Scar, he does use a straw. Yeah, he has special straws that he uses. It's like he just has to press a button on his mask and it shape shifts into a different kind of mask that has straws. Dr. Darling, so no leap of fail redemption for the rest of the year? Oh no, just for this playthrough. Because the amount of times I die in this game and then add extra time on top by doing a leap of fail on purpose or a death on purpose, which would add even more time, I felt it kind of redundant. But it'll return when I do Tomb Raider 2 though. Toasted Lara. The only Star Fox would be proud of all these barrel rolls. That is true. That is very true. I really liked the Nintendo 64 Star Fox. That was really good. You know, I've always wondered why they haven't ever done an animated Star Fox movie. Because essentially, it's Nintendo's version of Star Wars when you think about it. In terms of like the ship battles and stuff. So that would be the route I would take if I was doing a movie of Star Fox. Make it a CG animated movie. Keone, true. Animation would be amazing. It would be for sure. You know, I think you have better control over how everything looks. Like with the Legend of Zelda movie coming up, they're actually doing it in live action, which is possible because you look at movies like Lord of the Rings And in many ways, there's a lot of elements, of course, that even Legend of Zelda has. And so the live action Lord of the Rings movies would be great templates to look at for a Legend of Zelda movie. And while you can make actors look like the characters with prosthetics and all that kind of stuff, you have even more control over how everything looks if you're actually doing it as a CG animated movie, because then you can be really, really accurate to how things were in the games as well. But the thing about Zelda is like, I think they shouldn't try to fit it into any particular timeline. It should just be its own standalone thing. Because really, the whole idea of Legend of Zelda is that it's a legend that gets passed down through the ages. And with each retelling of it, there's new additions made to it. So I like to think of Legend of Zelda like that. So I think if they framed the movie with that approach, that'd be the best way to do it. Because then they can pick from each Zelda game throughout the whole history of the series and pick and choose what elements they want and then combine them into a new story. Scar Lara got barbecued. Lara Croft. Texas Smoky Edition. That's true. It's funny though, Scar, because the doppelganger that Lara faces off against in this game doesn't have skin. It just has all the muscles and bone. And so fans have dubbed that version of Lara Bacon Lara. Keone, sorry, didn't mean to put be amazing. That's all good, Keone. I know what that's like. I've had that happen too with stuff. I end up putting in words and I'm like, hang on, I don't need to put that. I don't need to put those words in. I'd really like a Metroid movie too, preferably animated. I think that'd be better. But you could probably do a good Metroid movie in live action as well. All right. Always get confused with these gates. It's the other one that opens if you go near it, not the because like I thought there was two that open when you go near it, but it's not. There's just one that opens when you go near it. But I remember now which is the next one. It's up through here. Nope. now that I know the release date for the Dark Pictures next game, Directive 8020, it means that I'm going to have to restructure how I do my October streams. Traditionally, the first game I do of October is always Alan Wake 1, which I can still do. I don't have to just do that game on its own and no other ones on the schedule until it's finished and move on to the next one. So I can start my playthrough of Alan Wake 1 on the 1st of October, and then on the 2nd of October, when Directive 8020 comes out, I'll be able to do a playthrough of that. And the plan is to do that game first, because it's releasing so early in October, and I'd rather jump on it as soon as I can. So that means the other Dark Pictures games, I'll still do them, but I'll be doing them after I finish the new one. Usually I do them in order when a new one comes out, or even before a new one comes out. I usually do them in release order, but I'm going to make an exception for 8020 this year and actually do that as the first Dark Pictures game for October. Sona, thank you so very much for the 13 months in a row. That is amazing. Finally hit your teens 13 years in a row, 13 months in a row. That's awesome. Thank you so very much for that. I really appreciate that a lot. Imagine if you had been subscribed for 13 years though. Not yet coffee, no. I wouldn't mind watching it. Usually I take a while to see movies nowadays. It was definitely an interesting concept, Coffeeton, for the movie. Because in a way, in Until Dawn, even though there's no feature in the game that does this, but in a way, in the Until Dawn game, if you've played it before, then for you, when you do different things that you didn't do in the previous playthrough, and you see the characters experience something you never saw them experience before, that's you as the player knowing that there's differences. The characters in the game in itself doesn't know that they've already lived previously and that they've already gone through something but different. Whereas in the movie, instead of the player being the one who has this knowledge, it's the actual characters in the movie. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Oh, really, Coffeeton? That's cool to know. Because that was something that I was thinking. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if they're going to do a sequel to Until Dawn, because Sony actually owns the rights to the franchise. That's why Supermassive didn't have anything to do with the remake, because Sony wanted a whole different team to actually work on it. And they also wanted to get a different composer for the music and all that kind of stuff. I can understand why, but the music that Jason Graves did, for example, is so damn friggin' good. It's a shame that they've completely replaced it in the remake. I mean, maybe they approached him and maybe they said, look, we'd like you to do the music again for Until Dawn. But maybe they were like, you have to re-record it all. And he was like, no, I've already done all that once. I mean, I'm just guessing. I don't want to put words in the mouth of Sony or Jason Graves himself, but maybe they were like that. Maybe not. Maybe from the get-go they were like, right, we need to get someone else to do the music. Either way, I will play the remake one day, but my priority is with the original. Because I'll be doing 10th anniversary playthroughs of it too, of the original. Starting this coming Friday. I'll be doing all collectibles. I've never actually done that before. So it'll be all the clues and it'll be all the totems. Oh, duh, Rod, that's moved since I last did something. Alright. I was trying to figure out what I had done last. And it was this. The boat had moved. There's been a lot of talk for the past few years actually about either a new Tomb Raider movie or a Tomb Raider series. And there was a rumor that what's her last name? I can't remember. The actress Sophie someone. She was in Game of Thrones. Turner, that's it. Sophie Turner. She was rumored to have been cast, and some speculate that based on some images of her at the gym that she was actually hired for it. But I don't know if she is or not. Um, but I was thinking that the actress who plays, is it Helena in the MCU? She plays the sister of Black Widow, played by Scarlett Johansson. Florence Pugh. I don't know how to say her last name. I think she'd probably be a good Lara Croft. But yeah, I don't know if they're still going with Sophie Turner or if that fell through. Because I think the writer who was writing for the series, I think they fell through. So I don't know if they're working on the project anymore. But I mean, a series of Tomb Raider on paper sounds like a good idea because, like, so many different places around the world that you could go to, and that way every episode would be unique to itself as well. Or you could also have overarching episodes, of course. Maybe, two-parters and stuff. Only the water looks like the walls. That is true. Definitely some, like, similar elements. Hey, it's a dinosaur with a snout. Hello, Lizzie. Welcome. How's your day going? Welcome to more Lara Leapfrog. Something I never noticed until last playthrough actually was that the name Natla, Natla, the letters that are in it also form part of the word Atlantis. And because she's the queen of Atlantis, that would be the thinking as to why they named her Natla. Lizzie, you couldn't sleep, so you finished an art project for a friend. Oh, that really sucks that you couldn't sleep, Lizzie. That's great, though, that you're able to do something that you enjoyed as well, and hopefully they'll enjoy it too. Was that part of the design work you were doing for your friends? Was it their album art? Oh, cool, Izzy. So that's the one. Hopefully he likes it enough. Yeah. No, that'd be good. Might not look like it, but Lara still will move slightly forward every time you jump. Alright, so this part, need to be careful because there's a trigger point for the boss enemy called the cowboy. But there's one of the fuses that you need. So it's best to not trigger the cowboy before you have your dual pistols back again. But thankfully where they position the fuse gives you a little bit of room before you reach the enemy's trigger. If anyone's actually interested in like game design and stuff, and you want to do your own custom Tomb Raider levels, when Tomb Raider Chronicles came out in 2000, the PC version actually came with a Tomb Raider level editor. And since then, heaps of fans have done not only their own levels, but they've also done their own games as well. There's literally thousands on the actual website. But if you look up Tomb Raider level editor in Google, you should be able to find trle.net. There's even some Resident Evil themed stuff there too, as well, which I played a little bit of. Like, they use bits of Lara's mansion in the Tomb Raider games, and then they have you playing as Jill Valentine from Resident Evil in the same, like, grid-based kind of thing as this. Hey there, Crooked. Welcome on in, Senny. The Lara Leapfrog Challenge. It's going pretty good. This is the third last level. Lara doesn't have any of her weapons at the start of this level, which kind of was a tradition with the older games. At certain points, they'd take all your weapons off you. So we just need to get 3 fuses so we can then get this big giant sort of like empty house thing to get dropped from a crane, and then we can get inside it to get Lara's pistols. It was quite elaborate what they did to hide her pistols from her. So we've already gotten 2 of the fuses, just need to go now and get the 3rd one. But it's going good, thanks, dude. How about yourself? Well, it sounds a lot like the missions in AC where all of a sudden you lose all your money and equipment. That's right. You gotta love it when games do that kind of stuff. They're just like, you know, all that money that you might have actually saved up for, you know, all those items you hoarded. Well, we're gonna take them off you, and you won't be able to get them back. And you think, great. Crooked, you're going good. Just came back from the city, had a nice brunch in a British cafe. Oh, nice, dude. That's good. So what did you actually have? Like, what kinds of things did they have on offer? Oh my god. I've made Lara get stuck. Her head, well, it's actually her hair, is hitting the top of the roof part there. And her feet are stuck. Kroger, they have a lot of classics like full English, scones, bagels, etc. But your favorite is the Oriental breakfast, which is a shakshuka dish with tomatoes, beans, chickpeas, feta, salad, bread, hummus, couscous, and fruit. Safe to say you don't need to eat for a few more hours. That's definitely sounding very filling. Very filling. I mean, that definitely sounds like quite a lot too, as well. I don't think I've had what they would classify like an Oriental breakfast before, as well. But I love scones. I especially love them with whipped cream and also strawberry or raspberry jam as well. I remember when my mum used to make the scones as well. I would always like to, after she was done with the spoon, Just have all the whipped cream off it. Uh-huh. Now we have all 3 fuses. So we can at least get Lara's dual pistols back. And then with each boss enemy that we actually fight, they'll have the other weapons. So we can take them off them. Crooked for sure. The other day you made homemade strawberry jam. You make it with less sugar and don't cook it out as much, so it retains more of its natural fruity flavor and isn't super sweet. You have to keep it cool because it won't last as long as regular marmalade. But you're also not trying to sell it in the supermarket over 2 years. You want to make some scones again soon to have the jam on? Oh, absolutely, dude. I don't blame you. It's like really, really good. And the thing is too, like, I don't mind having scones hot or warmed up. Sorry, warmed up, hot or cold. Hey there, Zereth. Cook it. Either way, it's going to be delicious. Hell yeah, dude. Definitely sounds like a good plan. I love this. I think it's Italian. These like really delicious Italian biscuits. I don't know what you would actually call them. I don't know if they have an actual name or not. But I remember them being really, really delicious. I think the ones that I had, it was like a homemade sort of thing. Growing up, um, we actually had like the owners of the house that we were living in. I probably would have been, I don't know, from the ages of like probably 4 to like I think 9 years old. We lived there, and the owners would sometimes visit when they were having their holidays, and so they had like a separate part of the house that they would stay in, and they were really friendly, and they would actually make those biscuits and would give me some and give my parents some to have as well, and they were just absolutely delicious. Like I wish I knew what they were called, but in all the years since I was a child, I haven't actually, I don't even know what they're called, what the biscuits would be called, but they were so damn good. Zereth Tomb Nerder. Tomb Nerder. Does you need a gluten-free scone in your life? Oh yeah. Hopefully they have some. Like I'm sure that they do, because that'd be cool. Thank you, Zereth, for leaving the lurk. Thank you. Crooked, there's an Italian biscuit that you absolutely love. They're called abbracci and are like half vanilla and half chocolate ones. They look really good. I wouldn't mind trying one of those at least. Oh, Barilla brand. I think we've got some stuff here in Australia done by Barilla. Uh-huh. It's dual pistol time. Thankfully, in this game, while all your weapons get taken off you, you still get to keep all the ammo that you had before Lara got her weapons taken off her. Zereth, you once heard about someone coming to the Asda you worked at asking if you have gluten-free gluten products, and you were like, what the fuck? Gluten-free, what? I mean, did they maybe what they meant to say that they didn't say, which would make it confusing. Maybe they meant to say they want they want some things that are usually gluten if they had gluten free. But I'm just assuming. But that might not even be the case. But still, Crocodile, true. You didn't even see the Barilla name on there. They do a lot of pasta and pasta sauces. Oh, cool. Yeah, because I think maybe that's where I saw it. Unless they also have some like cake mixes or something here. Because you get like the cake mixes in the cardboard box, but also you can get like the pancake mixes. Keone, you have some abbracci, uncle. You can hear Ezio say something like that. I stored them in the cupboard, Napote. Yeah, Zareth, like that's crazy. I'd like some gluten-free gluten products, thanks. That'd be like saying I would like a Diet Coke. No, I can't make it work. Anyway, it'd be like asking for a Diet Coke, but make it the same as a Coke. They'd be like, what? Lizzie, a gluten-free bakery is opening up near you soon. You really want to go? That's really cool. Yeah, I definitely would be the same too, Lizzie, if that was happening. Definitely be something to try out. Crooked, I would like a Coke Zero with added sugar, please. It's like, you do realize the one cancels the other out, right? It's like, I don't care. Is there a full sugar Diet Coke, please? Crooked, so you get the non-sugar sweeteners and sugar combined. Sounds healthy. Oh yeah. It'd be like, I'll have two sweeteners in my coffee as well as two sugars. It's like, what? Yeah, Keone's like, one vegan cow burger, please. Like, what? What do you mean? Crooked, and a doctor to check on my type 2 diabetes, please. Yeah, that's right. It's like, it'd be like a big, massive injection of diabetes, you know? So this time we actually have a weapon to fight the cowboy with, so I will be triggering, of course, his trigger plate.
Ain't nothing personal.
In the Tomb Raider Anniversary game, this cowboy character doesn't exist. They took him out of it. So there's only Larson, Pierre, and I think Cutter is the name of the big giant dude with a knife. Oh, and then you got the kid, which is this guy on a skateboard with Uzis. But yeah, this cowboy character isn't in the anniversary game. I actually wonder if he was going to be in the core design anniversary game that they were doing before they got cancelled on them. Zereth, you're getting so hyped for a simulator game due out on the 20th. It's a parcel simulator, solo dev, and is well made. Oh, that's cool though. I just had an image in my mind of the first Ace Ventura movie when there's an animal that Ace has to rescue, and he pretends to be a delivery guy, and he's kicking the parcel all over the place. When he gets in the elevator, the doors close on it a few times. Imagine doing that parcel simulator game and just kicking the parcel around. And when you get to the person's door, just like throw it to make it land in the front door. There's also those paperboy games where you'd go along and you'd be riding on the bicycle, and all sorts of shit would come after you, like a hive of bees would come after you, and then as you were going past, you had to throw the newspapers and get them into the mailboxes, but you had to make sure that you only put them into the mailboxes of people who actually subscribed, and you had to watch out that you didn't smash the window and all this kind of stuff. I think you even had like little cyclones that would appear and try and get you. It's just so funny what old school games, like really old school games, used to try to add as enemy types. Alrighty then, so with this part, usually at least once getting down to this ledge, could then drop down to there. So I'm going to have to angle the jump so Lara lands on that. However, there will be a part where I do have to actually do like a ledge grab. Because, oh no, maybe Lara will make it. Yeah, that might be doable. Let's try it. Find out. We'll save it first, of course. Alright. Okay. Actually, let's try this. No. Toasty! Burn, Lara, burn, burn. Malaka, I'm on fucking fire. Okay, so there's no way that Lara's going to make the jump beyond this slope. But even if she did, she probably would slide off this slope down here. If I did a running jump, then I could get Lara to make that jump. Actually, I didn't think about that before. What if... No, I don't think I'll be able to do it. Yeah, no, I won't be able to do it anyway. Anyway, I need to get Lara down here. So the only way to do that is to lower her down. Alright, so just for this part, I'm going to let Lara actually go backwards. Take a step back. There we go. Yeah, I doubt she'll make that jump. But you never know till you try. That's what Jack Burton always says. No. Alright, let's try this trick. No, she hits her head before she reaches the other part. No, there's no way to cheese that jump. Alright. It's so funny how the sound of the fire and lava could make like a beat. Good one, Dr. Darling. Nice emote. Okay, Lara doesn't actually slide on that, so that's good. You'll love the logic. You look at the walls here with lava dripping out of it, and Lara's just casually shimmying across the ledge, bypassing all that lava and not taking any damage. It will give new definition to the meaning of hot pants. Twins. Lara with sunnies and Arnie with sunnies. Keone, Lara and Arnie would have made a good duo. Actually, that would be an interesting idea for like a homage to sort of like, even though the first Terminator came out in 1984, you could still have like some homage to 90s action characters, both in video games and movies. He will be like la 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 la, la. Yeah. Did they look like psychos? Is that what they looked like? They were vampires. Psychos do not explode when sunlight hits them. I don't give a fuck how crazy they are. Thank you, Dr. Darling, for redeeming that from the awesome From Dusk Till Dawn movie. That's such a great movie, that one. Next year, I think it celebrates its 30th anniversary. Such a great moment. I don't think George Clooney has ever done a role like that ever since. I think it was a really good fit for that kind of character. There's that really cool scene where he's like, talking about how he doesn't believe in vampires, but he believes in his own eyes, and what his own eyes saw was vampires. So do we all agree that what we're dealing with here is vampires? It's really got that great Tarantino kind of, style of dialogue. And it's funny too because Cheech Marin, who plays a lot of roles in that movie, the reason he does is because when they were doing a table read, and for those that don't know, that just means when all the cast involved in a movie actually just get together and sit at like a table and they just read the script as a cast. And it might also be a good time for the director and everyone to sort of like maybe make some changes here and there and all that kind of stuff. But when they were doing the table read, the characters that Cheech was actually reading at the table read were the ones that he ended up playing in the movie because they were just like, hey, we may as well. We may as well just get you to play multiple characters. So he plays like Carlos, I think is it Carlos? I can't remember. I haven't seen the movie for years. But he plays like the border guard, the border security guard. He plays the guy that George Clooney's character Seth and that was supposed to meet. And he also plays the guy at the front of the Titty Twister bar and everything as well. So it was cool that he played multiple characters. The camera's funny there. Alright. Back, back, back. By jumping. Didn't have Lara lined up properly. Yeah, Kieran is funny too with the camera in these games. Even with the remastered version, because you're trying to get a good camera angle to make it easier to determine what kind of jump you're doing. And sometimes the camera decides to put itself in a position where it's like, I can't see what I need to see. Camera, please. See, the problem is, this sharp part here is interfering with Lara's ability when just jumping on the spot to slightly move forward with each jump. Let's try doing it on an angle. Kieran, is the camera snap bad in these games? Well, in the original, you had to hold down like the look button or key if you're playing on the PC version, and then you had limited movement left and right, and down and up and around for Lara to actually, or for you to see around Lara. But in the remaster, though, they actually let you rotate the camera around with the right control stick. But even with this, like if you change the camera and then let go, it only sort of like stays where you put it for a fraction of a second. Okay, did Lara's head pass it this time? No. What a shit of a thing. Oh no, she's going in this direction, so that's good. Now let's change and go forward, like that. Oh good. Okay, so it looks like she's moving forward now. Alright, cool. Hey Anmita. I'm doing well, thanks dude. Just working out these very particular jumping angles and stuff. We're in a part of the game where there's a lot of lava pits. But it's going well, thanks dude. How about yourself? Let's see if this will help. There we go. Alright. Cheers, Amita. Thanks, dude. It's been a good, relaxing Sunday. Whoops. Your major is going well, work is done for today. You had lunch and now you can enjoy some Twitch and probably play some games later. Very nice, dude. That's good. It definitely sounds like a great plan as well. Well, it's been pretty tricky. Pretty tricky, actually, with a lot of these parts. At the pace I'm going, I probably will only get one level done in this stream, but that's okay though. I can use Tuesday to finish the other 2 levels. In this stream though, I haven't actually failed again yet. Current fail count is still at 26. My own personal goal, I was thinking if I can get the game done in under 50 fails, then that would actually be good. And Mitch, you can imagine this part seems quite challenging. Yeah, and there's definitely a lot of different angles on the platforms on the top of them. And there's a lot of like tricky sort of like textures that might make you think, oh, this is how it's slanted, but it might not be. And then you go sliding down. Then you got a lot of boulders as well. Hey Lucinda, good morning to you as well. Things are going good. Still on the first of the last 3 levels. But we're getting there though. Lara got her pistols back. And also got the magnums back. They were taken off of her at the end of the previous mission by the villains. Thankfully in this one though, you actually get to keep all the ammo you might have gotten and the health kits. Not so much in Tomb Raider 3. There's actually a part where all your weapons get taken off you and the ammo that you collected also gets taken off you, and all the health kits that you had bar 1 are left for you. So that's in Tomb Raider 3. So we got some weapons back. How's things going with you? I hope your errands went well. Exactly, Lucinda. You gotta love the obligatory take all your stuff away part of games. I mean, it's not a true game if that doesn't happen at least once. Okay, so we've reached a point here where the ledge that I wanted Lara to jump to, the angle of it is such that she can't actually grab onto the side. The slant that it's on is just preventing that from happening. So I'm going to have to make an exception. For the next part to be able to do a run and jump. Listen, the errands went well. Perform peak adulting, and between coupons and things on sale, you save $33.50 on today's grocery trip. Things only adults get excited about. Well, some of that was store reward points being used as well. But that's all good, though. You know, it's good to be able to pay some of it off with that kind of stuff, because then it gives you a lot more money, afterwards to actually save for other things as well. So that's cool that you save that amount of money. And that's a lot of money. Like, you know, there was a time where $30, $33 would have been like, you know, sort of like, or maybe it's the other way around. I mean, 33 is a lot of money to save, for sure. I mean, some stuff is like 12, 13, $15 as well. So if you were to spend something that costs $15, that's, almost, that's about half of what you ended up saving. The only other ledge Lara can jump to is the ledge that she'll slide off anyway. See? Unless, let me see if I can do this. I want to see if I can make Lara do a side jump. No. Alright. Okay, so we need to make an exception here because the angle that this is slanted on doesn't allow Lara to actually grab it. So we can do the step back and run and jump. There we go. TNT. It's dynamite. Yeah, Coyote. Kapow. It's like in those comic books where it's like, kapow, biff, boff, bang, thunk, thock. all these sort of all these sort of sounds. And then you get like the 60s Batman show where it's like, row, bow, add sort of like sound effects to it. Hey there, Mr. Goatee. Good old ACDC. Akadaka. It's so funny. That's like a nickname for ACDC. Akadaka. How's things going, Mr. Goatee? That's right, Coyote. Yeah, yeah, Batman. Mr. Goatee. Bam, bam. Hello, Ogorki. How's things going? Oh, nice, Ogorki. That's good. Mr. Goatee, you going good? Playing Lords of the Fallen, 2025 release of it, and it's okay today. You had gym and relaxing now with games and stuff. Oh, very nice, dude. That's cool. Haven't actually played that game. In fact, I don't think I've even seen anything from it as well. But that's good. I hope gym went well. Oh, so it's a Souls-like. I gotcha. Yeah, I didn't actually know it was that kind of game. I think I might have got it confused with For Honor, I think. Oh my god, I was holding the button down to grab the box, but Lara didn't grab the box for some reason. And so naturally, thinking that she would grab the box just like she did the previous time, I just assumed that I could hold down the down button on the D-pad. But the game fucked me over. Still, have to count it as a fail. Mr. Gote, yeah, it's going okay, making good progress with the game, but wanted to check in on me and see how Tomb Raider was going. That's really cool, dude, that you're making progress. Things are going pretty good with Tomb Raider at the moment, just need to get through the last 3 levels. But I think in this stream I'll probably only get through 1 level. But you never know. But I doubt it though. Oh, that's all good, Dr. Darling. Ignore the part from the start up to lyrics. That's all good. So go just from she and then the rest.
She was a fast machine. She kept her motor clean. She was the best damn woman that I ever seen. She had the sightless eyes, telling me no lies, knocking me out with those American thighs. Taking more than her share, had me fighting for air. She told me to come, but I was already there, 'cause the wall started shaking, the earth was quaking, my mind was aching, and we were making it. And you shook me all night long, yeah, you shook me all night long.
I don't actually know the song, so I don't know how it actually goes. But that's Bane's rendition of it. Thanks for redeeming that as a Bane impression. So what I'm not actually a fan of AC/DC, so I don't even know what song that might be from, if it's one of theirs. I just know of that one song. Oh, and there's also that song "It's a Long Way to the Top" if you want to rock and roll. And I think someone did a parody called "It's a Long Way to the Shop" if you want a sausage roll. Mr. Gote. Now that's a book. It's all good though. Dr. Darling, it's from Shook Me All Night Long. I gotcha. I mean, I may have actually heard of the song on the radio at some point, but just didn't know what the name of it was. But thanks for redeeming that though, as a Bane impression. Yeah, it's so funny, Lucinda. I don't know, maybe that was just something that me and my friends did parody words of it in primary school. Or someone did. To me, these look like giant meatballs. Nice one, Dr. Darling. Maybe Natla was very hungry. After centuries of being basically frozen, and then being set free. It's so funny because, like, in a lot of the Tomb Raider games, um, there's at least one villain who has blonde hair. In this game, you had Natla, who had blonde hair, the main villain. Then in Tomb Raider 2, let's see, did you have someone? Was there someone with blonde hair in that? No, there wasn't. Not in Tomb Raider 2. In Tomb Raider 3, there was. I think it was Tony. Yeah, the guy that's like, too bad if you're going to die, or something like that before he jumps off into the water, or the boat, or the kayak. Then you also have Sophia in Tomb Raider 3, one of the villains, who's got blonde hair. And then you got The Last Revelation. I suppose Von Croy had blonde hair, maybe, when he was younger. Then you have Tomb Raider Chronicles. I don't think anyone had. I don't think any villains have blonde hair in that. Maybe Larson. Or does he have red hair? I don't know. I can't remember. But there's a few, and then you get like Amanda. Although she has silver hair. She dyed her hair silver, I think, in Tomb Raider Legend. Then you got Anna in Rise of the Tomb Raider. Actually, I think Matthias in Tomb Raider 2013 has blonde hair. Constantine in Rise of the Tomb Raider definitely has blonde hair. Oh my god. I locked Lara into the friggin'. Uh, I've done that a few times with certain areas. Yeah, Lucinda, it's like, damn it. The top of her head is literally wedged against the top of the roof, and her feet are firmly planted on the ground. Indeed, Keone. Definitely very apt. Alright, now it's time to fight Fred Durst on a skateboard. Not really. I think his hat's a different color, but still.
Firing at me? Firing at me? Ain't nobody else, so you must be firing at me.
He looks like he's got his eyes closed. I think she's dead, dude.
Firing at me? Firing at me? Huh? Ain't nobody else, so you must be firing at me.
Dude thinks he's Travis Bickle from Taxi Driver. Except in that movie's case, instead of him saying, "Are you firing at me?" he says, "Are you looking at me?" I'm pretty sure. Talking to me, that's right, not looking, talking. The scene where he's in front of the mirror talking to himself, trying to practice a certain way of talking. Yeah, Kearney, rip. Or as Adam Jensen says, yeah, rip.
Firing at me? Firing at me? Huh? Ain't nobody else.
Hey, Lidus. How's it going? What the fuck? Tony Hawk is in this game? He was. Now he's gone. There goes Tony Hawk. Rest in peace. Rip. Yeah, rip. Going well, thanks, dude. This is the third last level. Almost finished this level, actually. So I might even be able to squeeze the second level out of the final three into the one stream. We'll just see how we go. But things are going good, dude. How about yourself? Linus, you're doing well. Wasn't expecting a Tomb Raider run today, to be honest. Don't get me wrong. You're glad, though. Man, those Uzi clips look more like Twix bars than clips. Maybe they are. Maybe Lara's just mistakenly thinking that they are Uzi clips. It's just like, oh, uh-huh. But yeah, I was gonna do a stream later my time, so started about 9:30, and it's almost midnight. But yeah, today's stream was gonna be a late start. Gladys, you mean she shoots chocolate biscuits now? Imagine that. If you get shot in the mouth, just make sure that you have your mouth open by the time the biscuit gets shot there. You're just like, Damn it, I made Lara run a bit. Damn it. Made her fucking run again. my god, Lara's stuck again. Fucking hell. Got Lara stuck again. Jesus Christ. Thanks, Inmita, for redeeming the Arnie movie scene impression. Hey there, Code. Good evening to you. Lara needs the sticky feet and hand modals for this challenge. In some occasions, yes. Not all, though. Because then otherwise she'd get stuck and wouldn't be able to move. At all. How's things, Code? Alright, so I've got a scene. Tranquilizers. I wanted to use the real thing. Where's Jenny? You remember me, Colonel? I remember you, scumbag. Especially the people you've tortured and killed. Colonel Matrix, you do not understand a country like Valverde. It is a country that needs a president who has an understanding of discipline. Why tell me? Because you're going to return to Valverde and you are going to kill the president that you helped to overthrow me. Why don't you add Bennett to it? Sounds like something you would get off on. Because President Velasquez trusts you, Colonel. After all, he made you the hero of the revolution. Why, Captain Bennett left, shall we say, under a cloud. Yes? Yeah, 'cause he enjoyed killing a little too much. Your training, Matrix. You can get close to President Velasquez. You will kill him. You know, Colonel, we went a lot of trouble to find you. We had to pretend Captain Bennett's death so that General Kirby would become agitated and lead us to you. And now that I have you, you will do exactly as I tell you. Fuck you. That's from Commando. Thank you for redeeming that in Mita. Yeah, Mita's like, damn you, Lara, come on, stop getting stuck like that. Can't get you out of that spot then. Code the flu symptoms are getting up again while being nice and quiet for a couple of weeks. Sorry to hear about that, Code. It really is a pain when you think they're gone and then boom, the flu comes back. So hopefully it's just symptoms that don't lead to actually getting it again. Yeah, me too. Good one, lol. Yeah, it's so funny because whenever I do an Arnie movie scene from Commando that has the villain Bennett in it, it gives me an opportunity to do like the thick Aussie accent. Your train and Matrix. These are tranquilizers. I wanted to use the real thing. Yeah, Keanu, the fuck you. It's really good, that movie. Oh my fucking god. Stuck again. Lidus, sorry you were lurking. How dare you lurk, Lidus? You're not allowed to lurk at all. What are you doing? No, just kidding. It's all good, dude. You don't need to apologize for lurking. Thank you for the lurking. Admito. How dare you lurk? Lurking is not allowed here. You need to be very active. Thank you, Admito, for redeeming that as an Arnie impression. That's what Arnie would say. Here we go. Finally. It's like a maze, that fucking thing.
Say cheese.
Alright, now we can get Lara's shotgun back. Fuck. Made Lara do a backstep. Alright, so we've reached the 30 fail mark now. So, if I can get through the next 2 levels after this without it hitting 50, then that's the maximum I'm hoping. Or rather, 49 would be the maximum. So, but there's a lot of jumps in that part that are very, very, very tight spaces. So it's very easy to get the timing wrong of when to press up on the D-pad or down on the D-pad. That's something that would be good to be fixed in the remasters, is that those FMV sequences, if you have the old graphics selected, then you get the old FMV sequence with the pixelation around the edges. So when there's an FMV sequence, if you want to play through with the old graphics and you want the FMV sequences to have the smoothing and everything, you need to switch to the new graphics with the button. But what that then means is when it goes from FMV back to regular gameplay or gameplay cutscenes, then you have to remember to press the button to change the old school graphics back. Otherwise, it'll be the remaster graphics. So as you saw there, the remaster graphics were still there for a split second on that loading screen image before I selected it back to the old school graphics. So it would be good if they patched the transition between old school and new school graphics so that regardless of which setting you have before the FMV sequence happens, it's always the FMV sequence with the new graphics. So that if you are playing with the old graphics for gameplay purposes, you don't have to keep worrying about pressing the button at the right time to switch between new for the FMV sequence to get the smoothing on it, and then press it again to go back to the old to stay with the old graphics and all that kind of stuff. Alright, this is where I'm going to end the stream. Given that almost took 3 hours to do one level, there's 2 levels left. I'm not going to spend another 3 hours trying to get level 2 out of 3 for the Atlantis levels done. So I'm going to call it a stream for today, and the next Tomb Raider stream won't be next Saturday. It'll actually be on Tuesday. So what I'll do is I'll do the next level early Tuesday. So I'll probably start my stream about like 4 p.m. my time in the afternoon. And then I'll go on my break. And then after I come back on that break, hopefully I will have finished the second level out of the final 3 in that first stream on Tuesday. And then on the second stream on Tuesday, I can finish the final level as well. So that will then mean that next Saturday will actually be Tomb Raider 2. So the next stream of this won't be until Tuesday. And on Tuesday, there'll be 2 streams of this separated by a break in between. The next stream that you'll see from me, though, will actually be Doom 3. So if you see me streaming Doom 3, then you know it's become Monday. That's my Monday game. Tuesday will be Tomb Raider 1 again to finish off the rest of the playthrough. Wednesday and Thursday, I'm going to be starting a playthrough of Quantum Break, which is a Remedy game that came out in 2016. And I'm going to be doing that for Wednesdays and Thursdays. And then Friday, I'll be doing a 10th anniversary playthrough of Until Dawn, the original, to do an all collectibles run. And then next Saturday and Sunday, it'll be Tomb Raider 2. So that'll be the schedule moving forward. I just want to thank everyone so much for watching the stream. I really do appreciate it a lot. We're going to go and raid out to Shillerlock, who's doing a challenge with Assassin's Creed Black Flag. He's doing a no upgrades for Edward or the Jackdaw ship, and he's also doing a minimal kill playthrough as well. So we'll go and see how he's doing with that. Before I do that though, I'd just like to give some shout outs to some other streamers I'd like to recommend. Yeah, Dr. Darling, Requiescat in Pace stream, but I don't fancy staying up till 3 AM in the morning streaming. I can stay up until 3 AM in the morning watching streams, but not playing streams, at least not today. I've done it in the past before, but not today. That's all good for the stream and Mita. Absolutely no worries at all, dude. I definitely will have a good one. I hope you do too. Zero, thanks for the ribboning stream. That's really cool. That's also an alternate name that it could be. 24-hour stream when? Never. Well, never say never, but if I was to do one, then I wouldn't be streaming for at least a day or two afterwards. That's all good for the shout out. No worries at all. And Mita, hey there, Absolution. Kiss kiss bang bang. Nice use of those emotes again. That's awesome. Hope things are going well. Zero, never say never equals confirmed. Well, I wouldn't want to be called a liar if I actually did do one in the future and then people were like, hey, but you said you'd never do one. Would like to definitely recommend people check out the following streamers. In Mita, who's doing a playthrough of Witcher 3 The Wild Hunt. He's doing it without the HUD, no looking at the maps, no fast traveling, and doing 100% for its 10th anniversary. Also playing Alien Isolation as well. Doing a stream also of A Plague Tale Requiem. Crocodiles is doing a playthrough of Assassin's Creed Revelations. He's doing a big, massive historical order run. It's not just Assassin's Creed games though, he's also doing other games from different franchises. He's doing all these games that are set in the past, in timeline order, so he's currently up to Assassin's Creed Revelations. Absolution is doing streams of games like The Hulk, and Lidus is a big retro streamer. He does a lot of retro games. He's also a big fan of fighting game franchises, especially Mortal Kombat. Lucinda is doing her Resident Evil marathon, working through Resident Evil 6. We'll also be doing 7 and Village and the Shadows of Rose DLC. And next year, when Resident Evil 9 comes out, she'll definitely be doing a playthrough of that. And Scar, Mr. Gote, is a streamer of games like Banish's Ghost in New Eden, and Scar is a streamer of games like Days Gone. So thank you very much, everyone, for watching. I really appreciate it. We're going to go and raid out to Schiller and see how he's doing. Zereth, oh Roger, put detail about Parcel Sim in Listener's Discord. Look her reply. Ah, no worries at all, Zereth. No problemo. Oh, welcome back, Lucinda. That's all good for the shout out and for the stream. Well, you're probably lurking too. So welcome back out of your lurk. That's no worries at all for the shout out and for the stream as well. Here's a general raid message that people can feel free to copy and paste. And I'll also put one in chat for subscribers as well. Zereth, no. Lucinda, yep, jumping around Twitch as usual. Lucinda leapfrogging around Twitch. jumping around. Thanks again, everyone, for watching. I hope that everyone has a great rest of your weekend, and catch you in the next stream.